All right, let's get it cracking. Where's our AirPods? There we go. Now we're talking. By the way, I'm really liking this new style of background thing because I feel like I can finally point at stuff that I've been wanting to point at like this. I know like the whole mic over here is not great. I'm gonna see if I can find a way to fix that. The mic itself, man, there's like it's a little bit wobbly, kind of annoying. It's okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and edit. We're gonna edit some things on YouTube Live. Let's edit YouTube Live today. I think today is day 22. It is day 22. Day 22. All right. Sweet. Okay. So if you guys have been keeping track, we launched Drivel's ads 2 days ago. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at how many people have signed up so far. Let's take a look at the wait list right now. So the wait list is only 20 people, but let's look at exactly why it's 20 people. So the first thing I want to say, what this piece of software is, this is ShipGrid.io. This is a phenomenal product for embedding a totally free wait list on your SaaS or web app or whatever. And if you're curious why it's better than something else out there, number one, it's free to get started. We never charge for the wait list. The second thing that I think is cool is that you have marketing capability across the wait list, and then you also have engagement. So you can see if somebody who was waitlisted, when you finally give them an account, did they sign in? That's the biggest thing. You want to know if there's conversion there, right? So anyway, let's take a look at what we're going to take a look at, this is what I wanted to look at. So this is our main page, our main marketing page. We're Drivel, and we're doing Drivel experiments. I'm sorry, we're doing post-hog experiments, and I'm going to talk about that. First, as promised, here's the ShipGrid waitlist that I was telling you guys about. So this is just one line of code to drop in, super easy. And then once you drop it in, we actually structured it so that there's a survey that they fill out after it. And there was a reason for the survey. I want to show you the questions that we asked. I'm going to show you. So what we asked, and this is really important, is we literally asking people, what did you think you were signing up for? The reason why I wanted to ask this from people is that I wasn't sure. I'm still not sure. Are ads connecting the dots? Do they know what they're clicking on? Do they know like what's happening? And we did get some responses. So we're actually going to go over those responses now. Unfortunately, I didn't put those responses in any sort of like a easy to digest format. Instead, I just had them emailed to me, which was definitely the fastest way to get something over. But obviously, now I'm like, shit, I really wish that I had done it a better way. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what the responses look like. To do that, I just have to drag my mail in. And as you can imagine, I am not being, okay. All right. So a couple things. I'm going to go ahead and just take a screenshot because I actually don't want to, believe it or not, I don't want to share my email. I know, crazy, right? So let's drag it over here. All right. So here are our responses. So total, we just started asking this question. So this first one, So we got six people that said conversation tied to specific places, which is also up here. Discovering interesting places nearby. We got 2 people, 3 people who have said discovering interesting places nearby. Nobody said a photography app. So conversations tied to specific places, I actually feel pretty good about that. That's what everybody took from it. So that's actually pretty neat. Nobody, I don't think anybody responded for additional context. I'm just looking really quick over here. None provided, none provided, none provided, none provided. Sweet. Okay, so the good news is the majority of people believe it is either to discover interesting places nearby or conversations tied to specific places. What I did not capture is if people noticed the stylistic layout choice. And I actually want to build this in. So we're going to create a second step of this. So I want to create a second step for my survey. The first step asks people what they thought the app is about. The second step is going to ask them what they think about the Ghibli artistic style, and if it's unique and interesting. During that, we will show them the before after thing for a place. It's important that the first, that both trigger an email, just in case someone abandons. I have to think about that. Let's just see how far we can get with that. What I'm hoping, I mean, this is like just product validation right now. So let's take a look. Now, yesterday, one of the things that I had noticed is that we had 2 different ad sets, cozy ads and just ads. And at the time, cozy ads were destroying the other ad. My cost per lead was significantly lower. And I want to see if we still have that same statistical significance. So this is interesting. Let's just say all last 7 days, including today. Okay. So what's really weird is the reach. Massive difference in reach between these 2 ad sets. And look at the difference. Cost per landing page view, $1.55. Cost per landing page view, $2.63. I mean, that is crazy. Why is there such a statistical significance? I do not know. Let's just see today. Cost is $1.97. Let's see today and yesterday. $2.01 and 62. So for some reason, this cozy ads over here is overperforming Cozy Ads City. And when I had taken a look at this the other day, it actually looked like it might be because of the fact that there was a cropping of the image issue, if you can call it that. It didn't like look the right way. So I don't know if that's the key. I don't know if that's the issue, but we're gonna figure out. Okay. So a couple other things that we did just as we're looking at. We're gonna take a look at some sessions today. So okay, how should the second step capture reactions to artistic style? 2 quick ratings, 1 combined rating, open text only. Which before after should appear? Survey, Summit Coffee, Playground. Airport playgrounds. I mean, the playground was kind of good. Let's take a look. Summit Coffee does look the best. All right, let's do Summit Coffee. Why not? Okay, so let's add some more structure to today while we're doing that. We're going to take a look at any of the previous sessions, and we're just going to kind of snoop on what people have been doing. What is the filter that we are doing? Last 3 days, greater than 5 seconds. So these are all the people that are greater than 5 seconds. Let's just say today, last 24 hours. So this is between now and last stream. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is interesting. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What? What? This is a little bit interesting because I am seeing way more signups. Now I'm a little bit confused. Did we have an issue with the signups? Let's take a look. So this was 11 minutes ago. Sorry, this is definitely me. You'll see it. Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, okay, so that was me. Let's look at this one. So we got a mobile user. So they're going to look at it. Did they click claim your corner? I think they did. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, so wait, what is that? Tisk.Kimberly. So let's, I did not see that. Okay, that is tisk.Kimberly. All right. So that is correct. Okay, so we captured her. She didn't do that much. She just straight up went to it. Now, of course, this is where customers get a little bit upset, right? Because they're like, wait a second. Yeah, so she's, I mean, you know, obviously people are going to be upset right here because they're going like, what the hell? I thought I had signed up. I didn't sign up. What's going on? Okay. So this is somebody who has looked at, okay. We're going to take a look at another one. Let's make sure this person's in there. Let's make sure this guy is accounted for. I think he is. Okay, cool. Okay. So it looks like that's definitely 2 signups. So let's just do this. So we have 2 legit signups so far. Let's look at the third one. That's 3 for sure. Okay. Okay. So we got a good amount of signups. Now what we need to figure out, how many do we think we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Really? This is in the last 24 hours. I mean, I guess last 24 hours is also going to account for, I did a later stream. So there's probably a couple, yeah, there's probably a couple test events in there. That's okay. All right, so let's go into, we started doing a experiment yesterday. And that experiment inside of PostHog looks like this. Basically, we showed on some screens comments, and then on other screens, no comments. And what that looks like is when you're here, do we show the comments here or not? So we're not sure. Right now, almost the exact same statistical significance. This 3 out of 19, what that's indicating is it's 3 out of 19 people that converted, meaning they filled things out. So what that means is there is not, unfortunately, a significance yet. So it's been shown 36 times. So that's 19 plus 17 is 36. It's been shown 36 times, and so far 6 out of that 36 have seen something. That's 1/6 conversion rate, which actually, that is a 17% conversion rate, which, I'm going to be honest, 17% conversion rate is actually really high. I'm actually pretty happy with that. So 17% conversion rate, and right now, neck and neck between comments and no comments. Additionally, most people are saying that this looks like it's conversation tied to specific places. That's cool. So let's look at our survey that we created. Survey 2 and okay. How unique does this style feel? Very. How interesting. So this is actually pretty good feedback. I like this. I'm excited about it. We're definitely getting real feedback, and this is going to then inform our ads. Now the question is, do we let this run with our 17% conversion rate? By the way, a 17% conversion rate of people who actually gave me an email address. Pretty high. Pretty high. So we do like this drag. And then we also have the... I just want to make sure that when this is shown the first time, it's like half and half. Why is my bitrate so low? I might need to stop streaming on one of these platforms. Let's stop streaming on Twitch and see if that helps. Step 2 now uses the interactive before after. So let's just see if we get this. So we need to, how do we make sure? Let's see. That's interesting, the before and after. That's weird. These are all real people. So we're going to have to do, I've been looking at Resend. I think Resend might be an interesting opportunity to engage these folks and just be like, hey, are you guys ready to jump into Drivel? It's a thought. All right, so after, before, no. I am like just restating the obvious. I am excited that the majority of people said it was conversation tied to specific places. That actually makes me feel pretty good. Let's take a look at our Facebook ads. I want to see the types of audience that we're getting to. Let's look at our... Okay. Let's see where the majority of our clicks are coming from. Am I sending a conversion rate? Now I can't remember. So I am sending a conversion rate. Wait a second. Hold on. I'm pretty sure that I'm sending conversion from Facebook. Okay, before and after, this is what we wanted. Cool. Yes, after successful completed registration. So why is Facebook not accounting for conversion? Let's just see if we have the right... Let's do this. Conversion rate tracking, conversion location, no. Add to cart, where's my registration? Registration completed. Let me see, total value. Okay, let's do total. Okay, let's see. Okay. We still don't have any... Oh, completed registrations. Hell yeah. Okay, this is what we want. This is exactly what we wanted. This is way more interesting. Okay. So, interesting. So, in terms of conversions, look at this. This is very statistically significant. So these ads, cozy ads, at first I was thinking like the cozy ads were losers, but it looks like we don't have any registrations. This is the ad getting us the majority of registrations, which is this one right here. Results 6, cost per result $3.48. The 25 to 34 category. So basically 25 to 34, I'm getting the most registrations. This ad set is getting me no registrations. What? Now, technically, I guess that's fine because I haven't spent any money. Look at this, $68 spent here, $1.85 spent here. So it's kind of a wash. What I would like to see, though, is that, gosh, in this ad template, what are people clicking on? I think this is as deep as we can kind of get right now. This is as deep as we're going to be able to get. So what does this tell me? This tells me 25 to 34 is my sweet spot. 18 to 24, nobody. 25 to 34, and 35 to 44. 25 to 34. Can I advertise just to that age group? I don't think I can. I think Facebook has done some crazy stuff. Damn it, get out of here. Let's see. I remember they locked this down in like the Audience Plus thing or whatever the hell they call it, Advantage Plus. So for a normal campaign, you can target a specific age range, 25 to 44, by switching away from Advantage to the original. With Advantage, your age range may only be treated as suggestion, so Meta can expand beyond it. You cannot tightly target by age. Ad falls under special ad category. So audience, switch your original audience options or disable. Yep. So I don't think we're going to do that yet, but I definitely think we're going to soon because this is pretty significant. So 6 registrations completed, but most importantly, cost per, this is all I look at, okay? It's my cost per result, $3.48. So this ad to this group of people is $3.48 per result. That means not just an ad click, that is an email address and a registration for the app that I was able to get. And so this is telling me a hell of a lot about how to market to these people. Ultimately, if we're able to get these people on board and to the point where they utilize the app, meaning they claim it and they begin inviting people, then that is a very high value user at that point. So that's a little bit exciting for me. What we do need to do though, and so we do know that we're doing complete registration, so that's good. I am really tempted to go ahead and come up with a data source here. I want to come up with a data source that logs these surveys. And I know PostHog has some things that we can do. So in PostHog, let's see, let's just go to surveys. The problem is their surveys look like kind of dog shit. Web, Android, iOS, React Native, okay. The problem is it looks like that, and that looks really stupid. Full screen survey editor, whatever. Tablet mode, mobile web. Look at that, though. Like, I would never in a million years use that survey. Would you? Probably not. So what do we do here? Do we build out ShipGrid a little bit more and allow for some user registration? I'm just trying to think this through, like some user segmentation. Because really at the end of the day, we're just storing events for that user, right? So what if, and I can't wait to start using this other camera. I've got like an enormous whiteboard thing here. Can't use it right now. But what I'm thinking about is how do we use the events that are coming in, which right now are different survey responses, and then how do we make those into something that PostHog can understand? Thinking. I guess what we could do is we can identify the user when they come in by an email address, and then with that identification, we can add in. Yeah, we can do that. So I'm going to ask. So let's do product analytics. Not experiments. There is a lot of data in here that we can do because we have people. Yeah, so right now, I don't think that we are keeping track of persons. We are not. Okay. So let's ask, are we sending person information to PostHog? Oh, God. Okay, so I need to get the email address of the person to correctly identify them. So we're actually going to have to make a small change to ShipGrid to make that happen, which shouldn't be that big of a deal, actually. I might spin that up right now. So does this event? It does, okay. So we actually get the email. So ShipGrid does send off the event here for a waitlist submitted. We do get the person's email. So what we need to do is we just need to catch that email, and we're going to identify that. No identifying person is explicitly sent. No postdoc.identify. Okay, still assigns anonymous. Survey free text is sent. Okay, so we're going to need to change that up. Okay, we need to change this so that we identify every person that hits the site. Let's see, to post hog. So let's start with that. So we're going to identify everybody that hits the site to post hog. And then what we're going to do is we're going to, as soon as somebody submits a ShipGrid sign up, we're going to go ahead and attach the email to that person. And then so now we actually have a group of people. We can technically market to those people later if we wanted to, you know. Cohorts. The benefit of this is we can track down like where somebody came from. Okay. So we can actually see, was this somebody? This is weird. We can actually see, was this somebody who came in on Reddit? Was this somebody who came from Facebook? Was it a link click? We can get all sorts of information. That creates a person profile for every visitor, including anonymous visitors. Does not attach automatically when a reliable identifier. We should call postdoc. Okay. Yes, in the ShipGrid wait list submitted event, we get an email back with the following payload. Please use that email address and identify to post hog. All right, let's try that. And then what we're also going to do is we're going to add properties to the user. So that's something that a lot of like customer, I forget what they call them, like customer.io, segment, those types of systems. I forget what they're called. They have the ability to send that data set up manually. So what I want to do is I want to add properties. That's what we're trying to do here. We're going to add properties as the person fills out certain stuff. Show IDs instead of names. Configure display name properties, show meaningful names. Right. Okay. So we don't have properties. Okay. Open as new inside. All right. So I'm just going to say, how do I send a property about a user? Okay, waitlist submissions now. Extract and normalize event.detailed.email. Identify the user to post hog. Set the person's email property. Reliably attach email set on beacon sent regularly. Okay, awesome. I also want to attach all of the events for the survey. Questions to post hog. Okay. So this means that now we'll be able to calculate survey fill out as well to post hog, which is really important. So now we can even see that conversion rate. Did they fill out the survey? And then what did they say? What I am most interested in is looking at if this 25 to 34 cohort stays, kind of holds, because this brought me $3.48 per result. Keep in mind, a result is not click, it's not land, it's an email fill. So $3.48 is really good. Also, I think 25 to 34 is my ideal avatar. I think that's the person that comes on and does something. All survey responses now attached to the identified post hog. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Let me do this. Can I run? I want to run this so that I can see. And then we're going to start doing cohorts. Okay, so this is probably me right here. It's anonymous right now. Yep. And we're tracking events to it too, which is perfect. Do I have an email? I have no email. So presumably this person is me. Let's just make sure. By the way, I'm going to tell you guys something. Whenever I have launched an app, I have never, ever, ever, ever gone to this level of detail of doing a marketing sprint and really dissecting every little bit and piece of what people are doing. This is the first time that I've done it. So I'm learning a lot of this stuff for the first time. A lot of this I've done as part of my agency, but it's been bits and pieces. This is the first time that I actually have control over the product, the market, the ads, the development, soup to nuts. So this is just what we would call, enough rope to hang yourself. So we have a person in here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that this person gets signed up. So we should now see that this person has an email column. No. So luckily I can actually send emails here. So let's just do this. I want to configure and I want to add an email. I wonder, why did that not? It's definitely this person, right? So it doesn't look like that property got stored, did it? Interesting. Let's see if ShipGrid. Okay. Now it is possible that this is just lagging behind a little bit. Not sure. Really? This is interesting because that should have worked. That's weird. I've seen it do that before. In some cases, it actually loads it twice. I want to see what this is doing behind the scenes. I want to see it send that request over. Okay, we did a lot. I was an idiot and I did not. Shit. Okay, that's all right. I am kind of expecting this to be like incredibly fast, and it might not be. So it's interesting. I have this thing called email. Okay. Yo, okay, what the... Okay, obviously, like, the first question is what the fuck, because I actually just did that. Interesting. So it created 2 new people, probably because it had 2 different email addresses. So that was my point of distinction there. Different IDs, different person. Okay. So this is perfect. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that this person... we're going to fill out this form. I am curious if this form gets filled out. How does this form get filled out, right? What do you think it's called? It's almost like I want to add this survey, my own survey here. Let's see. What do we want to call it? What do we want to call it? It doesn't look like it's in there, man. We'll just say extremely and extremely submit answers. So did this send anything? It did. This definitely looks like the send to... No? Yeah, there. Okay, so t.drivel.app is... Okay, request payload users. Dang, okay, flags. Oh my gosh. I mean, I guess that this is just... Whatever. Dang. So I'm a little bit bummed. I'm not sure that it added the data? Or is it just slow? I don't know. Feature flags? Okay, sick. Dude, hell yeah. So this is now identifying them. Oh my God, this is awesome. So now we could track, wow. Like we could track all the way down from age group to the ad to if they saw the comments or not, to my conversion cost, to also what they said. This is, I mean, this is like really good stuff. I am a little bit annoyed though that my property did not come through. So I want to find out what we're calling the property name. I want to find out what we're calling the property name when we send it to PostHog. You like this? Isn't this terrifying? The little like ghost thing. I think it's freaking crazy. I do love that it shows the user along with the feature flags. Like that is freaking awesome. Okay. SQL editor, clusters, evaluations, playgrounds, prompts, heat maps, session replay, support, surveys, error tracking. What is early access grid feature? I want to find a way to email these people. And I do know that that's possible. I'm going to have to find it. Because I can go into persons. Maybe I'll just say notifications? Question mark. Okay. Waitlist sign up, survey step. So okay. All right, so it might not have actually sent the properties, which if that's the case, it's not that big of a deal. We just need to figure it out. Because what it's showing me is it's saying that the event was fired for these people. Waitlist art style. Yeah, okay, so it actually did. I wonder if it's inside of here. Fuck, it is. Okay. All right. So, so we didn't set person properties on this, did we? Yeah, we didn't set person properties. I wonder if there's a way to like import properties. Text or number, key. Dude, yeah. I wonder if I can, let's see. All right. We have properties that are set on an event for a person, but I want to make those person properties so I can filter based on them. Yes, each event includes the exact selection. Okay. I'd like to make these person properties as well in PostHog. Let's just see what this tells me is like best practice. There are a couple ways to do this. Set in your existing event captures recommended. Okay. So capture your event name. Some event property values set. Oh, okay. So it says it does want to get set. Backfill historical values. Use a transformation data pipelines. Okay. So really the right way to do this is to actually do it. Okay. So the right way to do this is to do it on the person property. At least that's what it told me. So I do agree with that. So that's good. I'm down with that. So just waitlist expectation, art style place, art style uniqueness, art style interest. Yes, do that. I do have to figure out why this is shown twice on a refresh, but that's not that big of a deal. Okay, let's just do this. This has given me a new appreciation for PostHog, by the way. I started out liking PostHog for some of its event ingress and then like session replay. And since then, just being able to use it with Versal and the feature flags and the experiments, this thing has won me over. I will build this into absolutely every web app I develop. We have a mobile app that is in process right now, not for this, for a totally different thing. There's actually a piece of software. There's actually an app called 75 Days Later. It's for people completing the 75 Hard Challenge. That's something that we are working on. It's been actually very popular. And now we're just adding a ton of freaking analytics in there just so we can get any and every edge on how people are using the app. So I'm excited about building more into this. They're already implemented persona properties, new survey. Okay, I mean, I guess let's try doing it this way. I have an idea. My idea is that we view this as the same person. That's weird, by the way. So let's see if it actually did it the right way based on what it told me. Sick. Okay, so let's go. It should have added it to this. No, I didn't see any new properties that it added. Did it? Clicked input. You can even view the recording. I mean, this is just freaking crazy. Okay. I think it might actually be a new person. Or maybe it just didn't even work. There we go. So we now have our properties. So, I mean, obviously we're like totally fucking up our events here to test through this, which is not good practice. But the good news is we did get our properties. Our properties are now set up correctly. So I'm happy with this for sure. A little bit concerned that I don't see the person I just put in. What's up with that, man? Oh, it is Adams. Wait, really? Yo, let me do Adams Group Day 3. Let's just do 5. I want to make sure that that's loaded correctly. It should be slightly. That was definitely 5, right? Shit, I could have just looked at the email that I got. Damn it. Honestly, I think this might just be like a little bit slow. Okay, so I did 2 and 3. I wonder if it's because it's the same ID. Maybe. Email address. So it's not like changing. Click button, join waitlist. Yeah. It says a minute ago. Waitlist, artlist style 2 minutes ago. Dude, I don't know. I mean, is this the same person? We might have to check this on like production. I am not sure if this is just going slow. Okay, sick. All right, so note to self, click reload. Dope. Okay. Artlist style place. Slight, place-based chat, expectation. Okay, so I mean, we're golden here. This is interesting, man. So we are not doing an opt-out. Okay. This is an awesome, maybe not stopping point, but this is an awesome point to just say that we finally have everything we need here. How do I send emails to people that I have captured in persons? So cohorts. This is crazy. I can do this right in my agent. That's awesome. All right. Okay. I'm going to get the post hog tattoo pretty soon because I am psyched. We'll take one quick look over here, do a loop back around, just kind of make sure we do a deploy. So let's create a PR while we're thinking about it. Is there anything else we want to do with these people? Because we got, what did we get? Like 9 people, I think, yesterday. If I'm not mistaken, 10 people yesterday. Let's say we get another 10 people. What do we do? Do we like push them into an app and see what they do? I guess we could just ask them as part of the freaking survey, right? I know it's crazy. Let's do this. Did I deploy this? Shit, I think I deployed it. Yeah. I want to create a third step for people and let them know that we are prioritizing user accounts for people who claim the places they know and love. Tell us a few survey questions about the types of places you might claim. Also ask if they something like that. It's a little bit kind of weird the way I did it. Okay. Set up an email channel. Workflows, channels, email, enter your from name. Okay. Create a workflow. No code, drag and drop tool for automating processes or sending messages. Cool. One-time broadcast. If you want to email people you've already captured, you can create a workflow. Batch trigger. Okay. Liquid templating. So let's just try this. Workflow channels. We're going to see if we can just spin up something really quick without having to use resend. So say channel. I think it's email.drivel.app. I think. Almost positive. I just want to take a quick look. I'll look at a resend in the other window. This is like a real person just signed up now. That's funny. Oh, no, it's not. Never mind. Email.drivel.io. That's fine. Email.drivel.io. Email. Wait, what? Email address. Configure email sender. Email address. Email.drivel.io. What? That's weird. Weird. This is super weird. I don't think that's going to work correctly. We're going to have to come back to that. We're going to have to figure that out. So here's what I want to look at. So 25, we're going to see if our cost per result holds. tomorrow, right? So here's our big cost per result, $3.48, 6 signups, 25 to 34. This is what we want. Now let's just deploy our, okay, how should people describe the places they might claim? Categories and details, categories only. Which places should the survey offer? Broad everyday set. How should we ask people becoming a moderator? F, yes, no. Yes, maybe no. Okay. I think this is such a good cohort right now. So Cozy Ad City is overperforming. I actually almost made a critical mistake, and this is something that I can learn from, and I am telling you in the hopes that maybe you can also not make the mistake that I did. I saw that Cozy Ad City was outperforming Cozy Ads when I looked at it initially. And it was. The cost per click was way lower and we were getting way more clicks. Interestingly enough, though, the conversion, meaning the people that dropped onto the site and registered, was 0 in comparison. Now, I don't know if that's going to continue to hold. Obviously, law of small numbers, that may or may not hold statistically, but that means a lot. I almost turned off the other ad and went with one of them. And if I did, I would have turned off the majority of all of my conversions. So anyway, really interesting point. We're going to close up the build and we're going to deploy step 3 on our survey, asking people what it is that they actually want. And then once that's done, we're going to be off to the races and we'll see each other tomorrow at around the same time. What do you think? Text sending all. Okay. Let's get this built out. We also want to make sure the results of this survey is also pushed to Postdog. So let's add to my funnel while we're at it. We did have a funnel. Visit to interaction funnel. So my funnel is clicked something. Visit to interaction. View to page. Visit to interaction. You know, this is stupid. I don't like this. I'm going to edit this funnel. View to page. So this is going to be viewed a page also. Page view. And then we're just going to make this filter into path name welcome. Okay. 94, 16, perfect. And then what we're going to do is, do we keep track of the survey? I'm not sure yet. I don't think we do. So we'll save. I want to get a report on this ad subscription. Who do you want to subscribe? Me. Send every 1 day. Include automatic AI summary. Send a test run now. Generate preview. All right, so hopefully this gives me a little summary. Okay. Added the third survey step. Multi-select place categories, 5-point moderation interest, independent resend email, waitlist place, post-hoc event, person properties. Okay, I think that's telling me. So we'll just do this. Very, very... Okay, love it. Sick. Love this. This is my preview, view to page, click something. We got to kill this page view. I don't want this other page view right here. This is a useless page view. Delete. Okay. Merge. And as soon as we do, we got another 24 hours on the clock to take a look at what people do. Nice. All right. I will catch you tomorrow at roughly the same time. It's been awesome. This is a little bit of a change. Instead of doing just development-focused stuff, I feel like I could do that all day. This is the first time I'm doing a real marketing-focused deep dive and not just showing you, like, what does it take to build it? Kind of anybody can build it, if I'm being totally honest. But this is about, can you actually market the thing and find product market fit? What does it cost to do that? How do you have to pay for ads? How do we do surveys, analytics, blah, 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 blah. This is what I wish I could have seen if somebody maybe had told me years ago. So anyway, appreciate everybody for watching. Have a great